Have you ever wondered if you could glimpse beyond the veil of reality? What if the mysteries of the universe could be unlocked simply by staring into the depths of an object, a crystal, a flame, or perhaps even the darkness itself? Today, we delve into an ancient practice that has long been shrouded in mystery and secrecy, the occult practice of scrying. For centuries, mystics, seers, and even kings have sought wisdom from the reflective surfaces of mirrors, crystal balls, and water. But what if the answers you seek aren't always the answers you want? What if the journey to insight comes with hidden dangers, dangers that can pull you into realms where sanity is at risk and the very fabric of your reality begins to unravel? Before you gaze into the unknown, ask yourself, are you truly prepared to face what you might see? Scrying is not simply about peering into the future, it's about confronting the shadows within and beyond. In this video, we'll uncover the ancient history of scrying, examine its philosophical and spiritual roots, explore the hidden dangers of the practice, and offer practical guidance for those daring enough to explore this mysterious art. So, if you're ready to awaken the dormant seer within and understand the balance of wisdom and peril, stay with us. Don't forget to subscribe, for the journey ahead is as enigmatic as the secrets we're about to reveal. Scrying, often referred to as seeing or divination, has roots that stretch back to the ancient civilizations of the world. It is a practice that transcends cultures, appearing in the sacred rituals of the Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and countless other civilizations. But while its origins are lost in time, one thing is clear: scrying is more than just a method of prediction, it is a doorway to the unseen forces that shape our world. The ancient Egyptians were among the first to employ the art of scrying. They utilized polished stones and water to reveal the will of the gods. The famous seer Nefertiti is believed to have used such methods to communicate with divine forces. The Egyptians believed that by staring into the reflective surface of water or a mirror, they could enter the realm of the gods, where time and space ceased to exist, and all knowledge lay waiting to be uncovered. Fast forward to the Greeks, who incorporated scrying into their oracles, places believed to be connected to the divine. The most renowned of these was the Oracle of Delphi, where priests would gaze into the mysterious waters of the Castalian spring to receive their visions. The practice was not only about the future, but about connecting to the eternal forces of nature. To the Greeks, scrying was as much about balance as it was about foresight. It was a way of attuning oneself to the cosmic order, an art as much spiritual as it was predictive. In the Middle Ages, scrying took a more mystical form, often intertwined with alchemical and magical practices. It was during this time that the famous crystal ball emerged as the quintessential scrying tool. Alchemists and magicians, such as John Dee, a royal astrologer to Queen Elizabeth I, used crystal balls, mirrors, and other reflective surfaces to peer into the hidden realms of the universe. But their methods were not merely for divination, they sought to unlock the deeper secrets of reality itself. Scrying, for them, was an act of communion with the very fabric of existence. Philosophically, scrying is based on the concept of the mirror of the soul. The idea that the act of reflection does not merely show external truths, but reveals inner depths, the hidden aspects of the self. The philosopher Plato spoke of the allegory of the cave, where prisoners were trapped in darkness, seeing only shadows on the wall, unaware of the true world beyond. Scrying is like the soul stepping out of the shadows and seeing itself in its purest form, sometimes beautiful, often unsettling, but always enlightening. However, this process is not without its dangers. In many ancient traditions, the reflective surface, whether a pool of water, a crystal, or a mirror, was believed to be a portal. What you see in the glass is not just an image, but an invitation to encounter forces far beyond the visible world. It is here that the true power of scrying lies, but also where its dangers become apparent. The concept of scrying can be likened to opening a door to the subconscious mind, where thoughts and emotions swirl like unseen currents beneath the surface of the water. When you stare into a reflective surface, be it a crystal, water, or even a darkened mirror, you enter a state of altered consciousness. This state allows the seer to break free from the linear constraints of time and space. It is no longer just you in the room, but the entire cosmos laid bare before you, waiting to be deciphered. The information you receive is not always clear at first. It comes like whispers in the dark, fragments of symbols or images that you must piece together like a puzzle. The process is akin to a mystical journey. Imagine you are standing before a vast, shimmering lake. The water's surface is perfectly still, mirroring the stars in the sky above. You dip your fingers into the water, causing ripples that distort the reflection. Scrying works much the same way. The clearer your mind, the clearer the reflection in the scrying surface. But as with water, if your mind is clouded by doubt, anxiety, or distraction, the reflection will be distorted, and what you see may be misleading. This is why mental preparation is essential in scrying. Just as a calm lake will reveal a clearer reflection of the sky, a calm, focused mind will reveal clearer visions. To prepare, many practitioners engage in rituals, such as meditation, breathwork, or chanting, to clear their minds before the act of scrying. The energy you bring into the process is just as important as the tool itself. One of the most potent scrying tools is the mirror, specifically, the black mirror, often used by mystics and occultists throughout history. Unlike the transparent crystal ball or water, the black mirror is a perfect abyss, a deep, dark surface that seemingly invites the practitioner to peer into another world. The black mirror, often made from obsidian or polished glass, symbolizes the boundary between the conscious and unconscious mind. It is said that by gazing into the mirror, one can catch glimpses of otherworldly realms, perhaps even interact with spirits or beings that dwell in the unseen dimensions. But scrying is not just about receiving information. It is also about transformation. The ancient practice is believed to open the doorway to the inner self, the hidden parts of your psyche that you may not even be aware of. The symbols, visions, or messages that emerge from scrying are reflections not just of external events, but of the internal struggles, desires, and fears that reside deep within. Like an intense dream, scrying pulls the repressed and the unresolved into the light, offering you the chance to confront and transcend them. This is where the deeper nature of scrying begins to take form. It is as much an act of self-exploration as it is a divination tool. Scrying does not simply show you what is going to happen, but what could happen. It offers glimpses of potential futures, yes, but it also reveals the hidden forces that shape those futures. The currents of fate and free will that move beneath the surface of existence. However, this exploration into the unknown comes with its challenges. The deeper you go into the mystical waters of scrying, the more you encounter shadow aspects of yourself and the world. These shadows are often symbolized by disturbing images, chaotic visions, or feelings of unease that arise during a session. They are the parts of the self that remain hidden from your conscious awareness. Unresolved emotions, past trauma, or fears. But these shadows are not just obstacles, they are opportunities. For in confronting the darkness, one can find healing, integration, and spiritual awakening. Scrying involves tuning into a cosmic frequency, one that shifts and flows in unpredictable ways, like a river that bends and curves in directions unknown. One of the most fascinating elements of scrying is the way it connects us to the collective unconscious. This concept, famously explored by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, posits that beneath the personal unconscious lies a shared reservoir of experiences, archetypes, and symbols that transcend individual lives and cultures. When we scry, we are not merely seeing images related to our personal future, we are tapping into these deeper, universal patterns. Imagine, for a moment, that your mind is like a tuning fork, and the universe is an immense symphony of vibrations. As you focus on the reflective surface, your mind begins to vibrate in harmony with the larger forces at play. You are not just an individual observer, you are a participant in an eternal dance with the cosmos. The images you see during a scrying session may thus reflect not only your personal path but also the broader patterns of human existence, fate, destiny, and free will intertwined. However, this connection to the collective unconscious is not always as benevolent as it sounds. The very archetypes that emerge in scrying, whether they are angels, demons, or mythological figures, are neutral forces. They are neither inherently good nor evil, they simply reflect the energies at play. The question, then, is not what these figures represent, but how you respond to them. In many cases, what you see in the reflection is influenced by your own mental and emotional state. A mind steeped in fear, doubt, or unresolved trauma will likely encounter unsettling or even malevolent visions. Similarly, someone with a clear mind, steeped in wisdom, may find themselves interacting with more benevolent, guiding forces. The scrying mirror, in this sense, acts as a mirror of the soul, reflecting back not just the images of the external world, but also the internal landscapes of the practitioner. This brings us to the heart of one of the greatest dangers of scrying, the blurring of boundaries between the self and the otherworldly. As you peer deeper into the reflective surface, the lines between what is real and what is illusion can begin to fade. You may begin to lose sight of your own identity, as your consciousness expands and melds with the visions you encounter. The danger here lies not in the visions themselves, but in the way they may influence your perception of the world. The power of scrying is not just in seeing the unseen, but in its ability to reshape your worldview. As you delve deeper into this art, you may start questioning the very fabric of reality. What was once certain now appears fluid and malleable. The world you once understood in simple, tangible terms begins to dissolve, leaving you questioning everything around you. This is why, throughout history, scrying has been a practice reserved for the wise, those who have the mental discipline and emotional fortitude to navigate the complexities of the visions they receive. Without such preparation, scrying can easily lead to psychic disorientation or a loss of grounding in the physical world. The temptation to lose oneself in the mysteries of the unseen can be overwhelming, and without a strong sense of self, a practitioner can be swept away in the current of visions, leaving them vulnerable to psychic influence or manipulation. Furthermore, scrying has the potential to awaken the hidden, darker aspects of the self, the shadow that every human being carries within. This is where the true danger lies. Scrying does not just reveal external truths. It also forces us to confront the parts of ourselves that we would rather ignore. These may manifest as deeply uncomfortable emotions, repressed memories, or unconscious desires. If you are not prepared to face these darker parts of your psyche, scrying can have profound psychological consequences, leaving the practitioner feeling unbalanced or even psychologically unhinged. This psychological aspect of scrying is often referred to as spiritual warfare. It is the battle between the conscious self and the unconscious forces that shape our lives. Scrying, in essence, is a practice that forces you to face these forces head-on, and whether you are ready to confront them or not, they will reveal themselves in their time. But before you dive into scrying, understand that it's not a practice to be taken lightly. It requires patience, discipline, and respect. In the wrong hands, it can lead to confusion or imbalance, but when approached with care and intention, scrying can serve as a profound tool for spiritual growth, insight, and transformation. Step 1. Prepare your space. The first step in any successful scrying session is preparing your environment. This is not simply about physical surroundings, but the energetic environment. The space should be free from distractions. Dim the lights, extinguish loud or harsh sounds, and create a quiet atmosphere where you can focus your mind. Begin by gathering your tools, a black mirror, crystal ball, or a bowl of water. It is important to choose the right scrying tool for you, as different surfaces will resonate with different energies. A black mirror is often used to penetrate the subconscious, while a crystal ball is great for divining future events. Water, being a fluid and mutable element, connects the practitioner to the ever-changing forces of life. Once you have your tool in place, clear the area of any negative energies. You can do this through smudging with sage or Palo Santo, or by using sound vibrations such as a bell or singing bowl. The goal is to set the tone for the scrying session by creating an energetic container that allows you to be receptive to the visions you will receive. Step 2. Calm your mind. Scrying is not a casual glance into a reflective surface, it is a form of meditative vision. Before you begin, it is essential to quiet your thoughts and center your mind. You can do this through meditation, breath work, or even repetitive chanting. One powerful technique is alternate nostril breathing, an ancient yogic practice that calms the mind and balances the energies of the body. Sit comfortably in front of your scrying tool and take a few moments to focus on your breath. With each inhale, imagine drawing in pure, calming energy. With each exhale, release any tension or negative thoughts. As you enter this meditative state, let go of the need to control what you see. Trust that the visions will come as they will. Step 3. Gaze into the reflective surface. Now that your environment is prepared and your mind is calm, it's time to begin the actual scrying process. Gaze gently into the reflective surface, allowing your eyes to relax and unfocus. The idea is not to strain your vision but to allow the image in the mirror or crystal to come to you naturally. As you do this, let your mind remain clear, like a calm pond, and wait for the first inklings of visions to appear. Do not rush the process. At first, you may see nothing more than shadows or fleeting images. These are normal and part of the process. Trust that with patience, the images will solidify into clearer forms. These images may come in the form of symbols, archetypes, or even personal memories. Pay attention to any feelings or impressions that arise as you gaze. What emotions do the images stir within you? How does your body react? Often, the emotional response will be just as telling as the image itself. Step 4. Record your visions. After each scrying session, take time to record what you have seen, felt, and experienced. Keep a scrying journal where you can note the symbols, images, or patterns that arose during the session. This will help you track the recurring themes and give you deeper insight into their meaning over time. Step 5. Reflect and integrate. The visions you receive in scrying may not always be clear or straightforward. They may take time to fully comprehend. After each session, spend time reflecting on what you saw. Meditate on the images, let them unfold in your mind, and explore how they resonate with your life. Often, the insights from scrying are symbolic and require self-reflection to understand. If you're seeking guidance on a specific issue or question, be patient. Sometimes, the answers will come immediately, while other times, they will unfold gradually. The process of scrying is as much about inner exploration as it is about external answers. Trust that the information will come when you are ready to receive it. Step 6. Protect your energy. As we discussed earlier, scrying can be an intense practice, particularly if it leads you to confront your shadows. It's important to safeguard your energy before, during, and after the session. In ancient traditions, practitioners would close their sessions with rituals to protect themselves from unwanted energies. These could include closing the circle. If you've performed any ritual work, be sure to close the energetic circle you've created. This can be done by visualizing the energy sealing and protecting you. Grounding techniques. After scrying, it is essential to ground yourself. This can be done by standing barefoot on the earth, drinking water, or meditating on your connection to the present moment. Cleansing. You can also use smudging, salt baths, or sound to cleanse your aura after a session. This will help remove any lingering energies and restore balance to your energy field. Scrying is a powerful tool for self-exploration and spiritual insight, but it is not without its risks. With the right preparation, focus, and respect, it can unlock hidden truths and guide you toward personal transformation. However, without caution, it can lead to confusion and psychic imbalance. The key to successful scrying lies in mental clarity, emotional stability, and proper energetic protection. Approach it with mindfulness, keep a journal, and always be aware of the potential shadows that may emerge from the depths. Are you ready to gaze into the unknown? Only you can decide whether to step forward into this mystical art, but remember, the answers you seek may change you in ways you never expected.